K2Cr2O7 and KMnO4. We prepared this from chromite ore. Remember the formula? It may come in MCQ. Okay, and we can prepare potassium permanganate from hydroxide ore. Remember the formula and remember from which ore we can prepare this for your MCQ based question. Now next, since we have to prepare from chromite ore K2Cr2O7, so make chromite ore, then react with oxygen and base like sodium hydroxide. Here also take the same combination. Instead of this ore, for this compound you take MnO2. Again you react with oxygen. But the difference is here we take the hydroxide of sodium. Here we take the hydroxide of what?
QH.
Potassium. But you have an option here in the first step. There are two alternative ways. So again you take the same chromite ore, same oxygen. But instead of reacting with hydroxide, react with carbonate. Instead of hydroxide, react with
Carbonate.
but we take which carbonate? Sodium carbonate. Here, take the same ore for preparation of KMnO4. Here also instead of hydroxide, you can take carbonate, but which carbonate? Potassium. So always remember in the first step, whenever you take hydroxide this side, one of the product will be water, and if you take carbonate, one product will be carbon dioxide. Okay? Hydroxide gives you water, carbonate gives you carbon dioxide. Oxygen being an oxidizing agent oxidizes iron to ferric oxide. It oxidizes iron to ferric oxide. Along with that, sodium and chromium combines to give you sodium chromate. And keep this in mind, out of these three, the main product is sodium chromate for us. Okay? We'll balance later on. In these three, this is the main product. So you're going to write this side and you react with sulfuric acid. And when you do so, you get three products this side. One is sodium chromate, dichromate. From sodium chromate, you get sodium dichromate. Along with that, you get sodium sulfate. And finally, the other product will be H and O will combine to form water. Now in these three, again remember this is the main product, sodium dichromate. Write this side. And we have to displace sodium and we have to keep potassium here. So use potassium compound like KCl. And do remember potassium is more reactive than sodium, so it can displace sodium also. And if you displace sodium, then in place of sodium, potassium will go, whereby we get the main compound which we want, that is potassium dichromate, and this Na and Cl will combine to form what? NaCl. This side. Same way, if it is hydroxide, what will get this side? Water. If there is carbonate, what we get this side? Carbon dioxide. And here is no iron, so it cannot oxidize iron, but oxidizes manganese dioxide to potassium manganate, And in this two, again, you don't have to write both in exam, you can write any one. Now, the main product in these two is this one, which is potassium manganate. So take it here, students. Now from here, you are supposed to get potassium manganate, for manganate. So if you observe these two, it seems that we have to remove one metal, that is potassium. And who removes metal? Oxidizing agent like chlorine. So when you put oxidizing agent like chlorine, it removes the metal, and that removed metal will combine with the chlorine to form KCl. So the reaction is complete for the preparation of KMnO4 from hydroxide ore in two steps. Do any one from here. And these are the three steps to prepare potassium dichromate. And in these two you have to do one step, any one which you like in exam, these two has to be done. Now the balancing technique. In chromite ore, you always put 4 to balance, it becomes faster and easy, along with putting 7 in oxygen. Now see here how I balance it. 4 iron, start with the iron, balancing, 4 iron, balance. Okay, now we can balance, chromium is 8 here, so make chromium 8, sodium 16, hydrogen 16, no need to check oxygen, it is already balanced. Down one, 4 iron, balance, chromium 8, balance, sodium 16, balance, carbon 8, balance, oxygen no need to check, it is already balanced because we have already put in advance 7 out here. This two balancing is much more easier than the first one. So obviously here you can see there are 4 sodium, but here is only 2. So start with sodium, 4 sodium balance, 2 chromium balance, 2H balance, S and S balance. Oxygen here is 8, 7 plus 4, 11 plus 1, 8 balance. In this, when you balance it, you can start with sodium, potassium again. So I'll start with potassium, 2 sodium, 2 chlorine, 7 oxygen balanced. Now, when you balance for potassium permanganate reaction, do compare the formula first of all. Here there are 2 chromium, but in KMnO4 there is only 1 manganese. So you have to make this also 2. To make it 2, this is a smart balancing. Put 2 in all manganese compound. You're going to put 2 in all manganese compound and start balancing. It will become easy for you. So potassium became 4, potassium became 4, hydrogen became 4, hydrogen became 4, 2 2s are 4. Okay, manganese 2 already balanced. Oxygen no need to check, it is already balanced. If you don't believe me, you can check it afterwards. Okay, so 4 potassium balanced, 2 carbon balanced, 2 manganese, 2 manganese balanced. Oxygen no need to check, it is already balanced. Here, 4 potassium balanced, 2 chlorine balanced, 2 Mn balanced. Oxygen 4 2s are 8, 4 2s are 8 balanced.